Hello, my beautiful superstar soul family and those who identify with being the chosen ones. I am back. Welcome back to my channel. And today, this is our weekly forecast. I thought I would start this off by actually doing a full video. So first talking about the astrology, then I'll be pulling some cards for the week for some intuitive guidance. And then if you're watching this live with me, I actually wanted to do a little bit of a pick your own affirmations at the end afterwards. So definitely grab your coffee, grab your tea, and sit down. Get cozy. We're gonna talk all things for the upcoming week because boy, have the energies been intense. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Alicia. I'm your a sweet psychic CEO girl boss, or AKA the psychic strategist, trademark that shit, who is here to help you strategize how to actually live your best life, your happily ever after, whatever that looks like for you. There are a million different ways to skin a cat. And so what my goal is to try to give you a couple of tips here and there that are actually going to help you step into your best and highest timeline as your best and highest self so that you can get all the things. Who's with me? So if you're watching live, drop in the comments below and tell me, like, how has this past week been? Last week was really, really difficult, right? Or I don't want to say difficult. There's just a lot of energy pouring through, right? We got Venus going into Capricorn, which was asking us to raise our standards in our relationships. We had the full moon in Leo, which was hey, baby girl, take back your power, make yourself the most important person, prioritize your self-love, get that haircut, put some pearls in your hair, do you and love you, right? And then on top of that, Uranus just finally went direct in freaking Taurus, which yesterday, which I couldn't be happier about, but it was yes, now you get to change. Now it is safe for you to make these changes. Now the universe has shown you what is basically illuminating what it is that you are ready to change or what needs to be changed in your life so that you can get all the things this year. Right? So that is what was last week. So what is this week going to hold? And this is what we're going to talk about. Okay. So let me just drink some water, go through the comments really quickly, and then I'm going to do the astrology forecast. Then we're going to pull some tarot cards for the collective. Then if you want to stay, we're going to do a pick a card affirmation so that you can set your week up for success. Let's go. Charlie is here. Hi, Charlie. Thank you so much for the compliment. Such beauty and cannot go unnoticed. I miss you. How are you doing? Okay. So, let's see. Hi, May, Alice, Alicia. I finally caught you live. Yes, please stay a while. Hello, Mars. So Alice says exhausting. I'm a Leo. Okay. So yeah, probably that full moon really wrecked you because maybe there was a huge overhaul. Kitty Earth Angel says insomnia all week, just feeling so burned out. That is also normal because boy, were those energies intense. And then Master Teacher says, yes, I was just telling my wife that we have the gift to see life in beautiful ways ever. I love that. And then, yeah, Caesar says, peace and blessings. I'm just chilling, Jeanette. Okay, perfect. So we're a little bit all over the board, but a lot of people have been feeling exhausted. So again, if you really needed that upheaval of your new standards, then most likely you felt wrecked. I definitely had a rot week, let alone a rot day. I didn't even know that having a rot day was a thing, but it is real because there was so much that needed to shift to align you with what you wanted for this year, because that's why you've been feeling tired. Now, getting into this week, we're now going to be prepping for the Lunar New Year on February 10th. So regardless of whether you celebrate Lunar New Year like I do, because I come from a Chinese background. So Lunar New Year is very, very huge for me. There are things that you can do, but leading up to that point, that for me is really the new year for everybody. So as we take all of the intense energies from last week, this week is really all about implementing those changes that you know you need to make, raising the standards where you know they need to be risen, and really just starting to really truly put your self-love and self-care first. Now, we're not talking about this in the woo-woo sense. We're talking about this in the sense of, okay, are you the visionary leader? Are you the chosen one? Are you the person who you believe was meant to pave the new way? If so, you need to, in a way, it's this double-edged sword of, you need to keep your cards close to you and not tell everybody your vision, because there are a lot of green-eyed monsters out there wanting to sabotage you because they're threatened. And then number two, though, is that you also need to you need to stop giving a fuck, for lack of a better word, as to what these low vibe jealous people think about you, right? With this new standard, you need to start becoming more unapologetic about the standards that you're setting for yourself and about the boundaries that you're going to be putting together this week and implementing, okay? And the reason for that is because, listen, you cannot take everybody to paradise. I hate to tell you this. This is why the Lemurians and the Atlanteans back in the day got into a fight in the first place, because the Atlanteans were like, no, we'll just rule over them. We'll just tell them what to do. We'll just basically lord over them, and we'll have minions, and that'll be great. And the Lemurians were like, no, we don't really feel like lording over anybody, and we kind of just want to do our own thing and let them go at their own pace and heal at their own pace. And when they're ready, then they'll rise up. But until then, just let them be. You know what I mean? Let's just go live in paradise. And that's why the Atlanteans started killing all of the Lemurians and creating this disposition in the first place. So I don't know about you, but I'm more of the Lemurian way of things, where I'm like, let's just let them ride where they're at. I'm not saying ill will. I'm not necessarily saying whatever, but it's listen, if you're not ready to come to paradise, you don't got to come with me. And even though you say you want to come, if you're not ready to do the work and do the changes in order to be able to come to paradise, then that's on you, boo. That is not a me problem. That is a you problem. So yes, Taylor, hi, it's me. I'm the one. It's me. I might be the problem. But my only problem was thinking that I had to drag your baggage too. And I'm like, bitch, do I look like your fucking sugar daddy? Because I'm not, right? And it's I'm your friend, I'm your partner, I'm your, I'll help you. But this is not some oh, you're just going to sit there and ride on my coattails to get there and then ruin paradise for everyone because you're refusing to change. That's kind of the energy that you're ready to cut, right? And then it's not, again, about not helping. It's just, if they're unwilling to help themselves. Wow, it got really silent all of a sudden. It got crazy quiet. Wow. So if you're not ready, if they're not ready, it's not selfish, greedy, bad, or wrong to leave them where they're at. That's not giving them ill will. That's not then putting bad karma on them. That's not messing up your karma either. That's just saying, I choose to have my standards here. If you want to ride with me, right, then you need to rise up to meet me at this level. And if you're not, that's totally okay, but you're going to stay down there and you're not going to take any of my energy. I'm not going to call you back. I'm not going to spend time with you. I'm not going to give you, you know what I'm saying? That's just how that works, right? The math, mother effing maths in that sense. Now, so we're starting off today strong with that Uranus direct energy. And you're going to be starting to really feel that take place in that Taurus placement of, okay, what are the necessary changes you need to make? Maybe you just need to say, you know what, thank you so much. And maybe you need to start blocking some phone numbers, or saying, hey, if you really wanted my assistance, there's the link in my bio to book a session. And if you book a session, happy to channel all the live long day for you within the given time period that you paid me for, right? That's it. You don't have to be a CUNT about it. You can just place your boundaries, right? Or just, ghost. But now for today, we've got Venus in Capricorn sextiling Saturn in Pisces. So what that energy is doing is really so Venus in the Capricorn, right? It's really coming together with Saturn to say, okay, you learned your karmic lessons. You learned what didn't work for you. You learned what it was that was not helping you get to where you want to go and what you needed to do to get to where you want to go. So that coupling with Venus in Capricorn, AKA love, beauty, money, self-respect, and that in Capricorn being all raise your mother effing standards, then it's hey, apply the lessons that you've learned from this karma into your life regarding your self-love and where your money is concerned and what you're doing with your life. Make sense? That's what today is about. So wherever you're at today, take a couple of minutes to break out your journal and write down, all right, what karmic lessons has Saturn been wanting me to learn, especially since I guess for the past 6 months or all of 2023, or even just from this first month of January in and of itself. And how can I incorporate that into my life to raise my standards and make that my new normal? So those are the questions to journal. All right. Venus in Capricorn is also enshrined with Jupiter in Taurus, which is really good. Whenever Venus and Jupiter trine, which means it's liquid luck, this is where it's luck can really be on your side today. So there's going to be this really good feeling or surge of energy that is all about everything clicking together. It's kind of all right, did you really want what you wanted? Did you really decide that you wanted to level up? So take action and start living in that space. Oh yeah, I just wouldn't call that person back. Oh yeah, I would totally be focused on my coin. Oh yeah, this is how I want to be getting my coin in. Oh yeah, this is how I really am going to be loving myself moving forward, right? And you start implementing that stuff today. Then tomorrow, Mars is going to be in Capricorn trying Uranus and Taurus. And that's where it's Mars in Capricorn is really awesome energy because again, your mind is on your money, your money's on your mind. You're ready to clean house. So you start taking that inspired action. What is it that you learned yesterday from Venus in Capricorn that you really wanted to implement today? So it's okay, you made the standards. Now really living with those standards, what does that look like for you on a daily basis? Maybe that means you post a video every single day, or maybe that means you really start to do hot girl walks every day because you've been slacking. Or maybe it's about finding a new routine that makes you feel like the most beautiful version of you. What does that look like? Start doing that today, right? Or Monday. Then on the 30th, the moon enters Libra. So this is going to be about restoring any kind of wonky balance because as we integrate change, right, from Uranus, you're going to sometimes feel a little off kilter. You're going to sometimes feel oh, wait, should I go back? This is weird. It's almost like trying to ride a bicycle for the first time. It's a little wonky and you don't got your training wheels on. So you might feel a little off balance. Don't beat yourself up. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just getting adjusted to a new way of doing things. So give yourself some grace. It's that's why they have driver's ed. You know what I mean? You have to practice a little bit before everything becomes autopilot for you. So just put in the reps. That's what the 30th is about. Just put in the reps, right? Then on the 31st, the moon in Libra is going to be square Mars in Capricorn. So that's kind of where you're sort of going to be shown whether those things that you've put in place really were serving you or not. Because if they are not serving you, you're going to get really irritated at these people. So you might be feeling a little bit snippy. And then the little Libra who wants all this status and fame is going to be I'm sorry, why are you being that? And you might be feeling your Regina George a little. Just watch your words. You know what I mean? And then politely reassess those boundaries and make sure that you're not allowing them to leak back into your life and that the door is really closed until you want them to level up, right? Clean house, implemented that. What standards are you holding yourself to? Yeah, exactly. So then after that, then we're entering February this week. So then the first month of 2024 is over. And this is where life starts to get good, okay? February, a lot of good things psychically, I think, are going to happen a lot. You're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor and what your intentions really were in January. And then as we get into the Lunar New Year on February 10th, but February 1st, we've got the moon entering in Scorpio and then having that square the Pluto in Aquarius. So there's going to be a lot of power struggles. Of course, that Scorpio energy is going to want you to go deep. It's going to want to surge all this passionate energy, and you're going to want to be very tempted to get sucked back into the drama, but you have to remind yourself that you are not a reality star. You are not on the Real Housewives of whatever city that you're from. I don't even care if it's the Dubai, Real Housewives of Dubai, okay? What you're doing is you are needing to stay really passionate about what your vision is as a visionary leader, what your projects are that really light you up and really bring you that serious amounts of joy, what kind of life you're really trying to create moving forward, right? And focusing on that. Everything else is someone else's drama. If you want to keep in your mind, not my monkeys, not my circus for that day on February 1st, you're going to want to really take that into consideration. So if you have a tendency to like pop off, maybe you're also a Gemini or have Mercury in Gemini, you may want to like just write it out first and wait before you send the text, or wait before you clap back at the friend before you just get yourself into trouble, okay? So just like write down in the notes, just be like, all right, February 1st, just watch my words, stay out of the drama, focus on me. All right, then finally, February 2nd, so the 2-2 mini portal, okay, we're going to have the last quarter moon in Scorpio of what is no longer serving you, all right? So you're really going to be cleaning out the rest of what is no longer serving you. So those ideas, those limiting beliefs, those those old goals, those projects that were not that weren't helping you, you're going to want to clean that stuff up, right? And I'm glad that you resonated with the Gemini with Gemini and Mercury, because that is like real. So hold on. And I'm glad that you resonated with the Gemini with Gemini and Mercury, because that is like real. So hold on. Important, right? Is that's going to be the day where you can like finally end the cycle, finally crack the code, finally say, you know what? I am fully closing the door to what is truly no longer serving me. Now, I know that you probably did that December 31st or maybe here in January, but I am telling you, as you are leading up to the February 10th, which is the real Lunar New Year, you're going to want to clear out all of this garbage before then. All right. So definitely be on the lookout, because I'm going to be talking more about that. All right. And then finally, we're wrapping up the week with February 3rd, which is Saturday. And it's going to have like the moon in Scorpio, sextiling Mercury in Capricorn. So this is where it's going to be like, you're going to be able to then, with your head clean, you made space for the new ideas to come in. You're going to be able to be like, okay, cool. So now I know what projects I want to work on. Now I can like explore. Now I can maybe put new things onto my plate. Maybe now I can actually like do the things that I want to do in order to get to where I want to go, and like actually fill your life with activities and projects and people who do actually excite you and lift you higher. Does that make sense? So that is the astrology for the week. Now let's dive into the tarot. But hold on one second. Let me just, get this thing done. I don't know why it sign in. Okay. Yay. Okay, good. I'm glad that was so good. I just like, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, I'm trying to text back a friend, and like okay, that's funny. Why is this being silly? Just give me 30 seconds. I don't understand why this is not working for me. My iPad is being a silly goose and a half. Oops. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Let's do that. iCloud. All right. I can't figure that out right now, and you're more important. So let's just finish this so that we can get on with the getting ons. All right. So, hi, Jeanette, new here. Come stay a while. Lashes are cute. Where are they from? These are Lily's lashes, and they are the Lily and Sephora collab, and they are the Ala Moanas. They're like 50% off, so they're like $11 if you want to go and get them from Sephora. But I really like them on my eyes, and they're strip lashes. Okay. The moment she said it was like, it starts now. Yeah, no, definitely clean, 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 clean. Okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, right? Let's focus on the tarot, because I do feel like there's always messages. And for any of you watching who can't stay the whole time, I will be posting this video on my YouTube in full length, so you can go back and rewatch it. Okay. So I got you. All right. Let me unplug my phone. Hopefully it will stay nice. And then we can put you over here so that you can sort of see the table when I pull the cards. There we go. All right. So the way that I want to just do this, just for a tarot weekly forecast, today I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. I don't really necessarily identify with being a witch. And then every time I say that, I literally hear witch spirits like snickering at me. So apparently I am witchy. But I will say that if you are a beginner, or even if you're seasoned and you're just wanting a really good deck that has like some really well described interpretations of the tarot, I highly recommend this tarot deck. She did a really, really good job with writing like all of the stuff in there. And this book is just very well done. And there were like even things that I didn't even realize were significant for specific cards. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so I just highly recommend it. It's in my Amazon storefront if you want to get it, in my tarot deck ideas list. Okay. But here's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to just get a beginning of the week, middle of the week, beginning of the week, middle of the week, and then end of the week, and then an overall card. And again, this is collective, okay? And then after that, I'm going to do a pick an affirmation card. So if you want to stay, you can then get an affirmation for the week. All right? Okay. So, all right, God, Angels, Universe, please give me a card for the beginning, middle, end of the week, and overall message for the collective. Thank you. Okay, so what's happening in the beginning of the week? What do we need to know for the beginning of the week? Okay. All right, the Page of Pentacles. So this is going to be really interesting because, again, it's kind of echoing this whole thing of, all right, so we knew that we needed to make some mother effing changes, right? Like, again, Venus in Capricorn, raising our standards, full moon in Leo, like really being like, hey, you need to start thinking about yourself first. And then your the Uranus going direct yesterday, right? You're ready to make the changes. So now, especially when it comes to your coin and your money and your wealth and your worth, okay? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go this way or that way? The Tower is in the distance. So where you're wanting to go, it's there. You can succeed. You can make whatever you want happen, but you do want to take a second to look at your map and sort of like, I'm getting like map out where you want to go. Even if it's not like a super detailed like business plan or whatever, but start to chart your journey, kind of being like, I'll give you an example. It's like, let's say you were like, okay, I really want to start becoming a TikTok shop affiliate and making these commissions that Alicia is making and all these other girlies are making. And like, I really want to have that for myself too, because I really want to quit my 9-to-5. Okay. Or just to make some extra money. Awesome. That's a great goal. Maybe that's something that you really want. So if that's really what you want, and it's a possibility. You could be making an extra 5, 10, 20 grand, literally. Like there's like a woman who made 25 grand like in December, and she's like a stay-at-home mom. Like it was insane, right? So you can have all the money that you want, But do take time to map out exactly how you are wanting to go about becoming that kind of affiliate and pulling in that kind of cash. So that might be, depending on where you are, you might be like, okay, I'm actually going to research what it exactly takes in order for a TikTok shop video to go viral. What are some really popular TikTok shop videos that I would actually want to shop from? Which ones actually made me feel like, dang, I need to buy that product? Or like, what style got me to do it? Because I guarantee you, when you're looking at TikTok shop affiliates, if it got you to buy it, then you should be making that content, right? Does that make sense? And then maybe it's about practicing showing up on camera, like knowing, like figuring out where you're wanting to have good natural light and where you could film it where there's not like a shit ton of stuff in the background. And then like connecting with other creators who are doing the same thing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So these would be starting to like break down into tasks and a strategy. The psychic strategist. Hello. Hi, it's me. Right. Maybe, and then y'all can tell me in the comments if you think that I should start maybe offering some psychic strategy sessions. So if you're strategizing, trying to find a strategy to get to where you want to go and you need my help to do so, I can do that. But that's what it's really calling for at the beginning of the week. What is your strategy for what you want? Right. You don't have to know every single step, but you do need to know like a framework. Like, okay, first figure out what I need. Then let's see if I need the equipment. Let's try this out and see if I even like making videos like that and learning how to edit videos like that and learning what needs to be done like that. Okay. Because it's more than just like talking to the camera. And then if you do like it, then where, like, how many videos are you going to be posting? Where can you get the free samples? What products do you want? What niche do you want to be in, etc. Okay. I'm going off about this, but like, yes, Virgo, you break it down nicely. Thank you. And my Virgo rising love. Yeah. So all the Virgos, right? You break down the strategy for yourself so that you can execute it in an effortless way and not feel like you're running around like, I don't know, I'm waiting for a sign from the universe. Like, no, you know what to do. You are God. You are the person who is in charge of your life. So what are you going to do? Okay. I know that was a little long for like the beginning of the week, but I'm hearing that it's like really important right now to set yourself up for success before you run in a direction that is going to take you away from where you want to go. Let me repeat that again. You're going to want to take a moment to really map out a strategy, right? So that you don't waste your time going in a direction that takes you farther away from where you actually want to go. All right. Now, middle of the week. What do they need to know by the middle of the week? I'm hearing implement those changes. Implement. If there's anything, this week is going to be about stepping into the energy of who you want to be. As I pull out the death and rebirth card, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. So like, this is what I'm talking about with this deck. So here's what's really interesting. So death, right? Death and rebirth, blah, blah, blah. We know that. But here's what's interesting. There's 2 doors. So it's like, which door do you want to go into? Do you want to continue to go back through the door that you came from, where it was struggle and suffering and destitution and people always attacking you? You never felt safe. You had to be in your fight or flight mode and like you're just tired and drained and exhausted, right? Or do you want to go through, because look at this, one has some light behind it and one does not. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This deck is really fascinating when it comes to the imagery. Thank you. Thank you, Soila. So, or do you want to go through the door to your rebirth where it's peaceful and easy and abundant and you just like are surrounded by magic and miracles and things just like fall into your lap so effortlessly because you have the belief that the universe loves to spoil you because the universe is your sugar daddy. And like, you know what I mean? The more good things happen to you, the more good things happen to you. Like the better it gets, the better it gets. Like, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, right? And then just being in flow so much, like in that flow state that you can't help but be successful. You can't help but attract true love. You can't help but attract wealth and prosperity and happiness and joy. Seriously, which door do you want to get through, right? So like which door, right? Obviously. But you have the choice. And that's really what this death and rebirth is here. It's like, do you want to rise up or do you not? I mean, drop it in the comments, but do you or do you not? That's going to be, and like, again, lucky number 13, divine feminine, trust your intuition and really tune into what your heart truly wants. All right, let's go. So then at the end of the week, I'm just hearing own that shit, okay? Own it. All right. This is interesting. I like this card for the end of the week. Okay, so it's the Hermit, right? And the reason why I'm hearing that is because when I hear own it, it's like, it's going to take you a hot mother effing second to really embody and embrace your new way of being, those new standards, the new limelight, the new, like, you know, where you're supposed to go. So when it comes to this, then it's like Spirit is basically saying that it probably will help you the most and will help you integrate it the fastest if you take the rest of the week, like the you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, to like really protect your energy. Be by yourself, be alone for a minute and really see how all of those new standards sit with you. Does it feel good to like put yourself first? Does it feel good to like eat the nutritious meals that your body has been asking for? Does it feel good to be like pursuing that new income stream path that you wanted to build? Like, you know, in this example, let's just say it was being a TikTok shop affiliate, okay? But it could really be anything. Does it feel good to be around those friends? When you are like unplugged from all of it and you're in your little hermit mode, alone by the fire, how does that feel with that warm crackling fire and you're just like listening to that and it's just nice and peaceful, right? When you don't have anyone else influencing your decisions, does it feel good? Because if it feels good, you're on the right path. If it feels peaceful, you're on the right path. If it feels joyful, you're on the right path. If it makes you feel safe, you're on the right path, right? When it comes to relationships, this was something that I heard, and I wish I remembered the creator because I would give her credit. But she said something that really stuck out to me. And she was like, surround yourself with people. So surround yourself with people who your inner child feels safe to show herself to. And this really struck me because especially when it comes to our relationships, and I know a lot of you, whether you're looking for it or not, or whether you're still salty about it or not, y'all are going to find your soulmates this year, okay? That's a whole other tarot reading. But what I'm getting, though, is the fact that when you're around this fire and looking into the flame and really seeing what fuels your fire, what makes your fire get bigger, right? Or who's trying to squash your flame or who's igniting your flame, the people who make you feel truly safe and really love you for you, like in all of your states of being, your inner child will come out. Your inner child will want to play with them. Your inner child will feel safe around them, right? And that's when you can be silly and funny and like, you know, wear your mini ears and like geek out over the latest thing that you found at like, you know, Target or whatever. It doesn't even matter, okay? Those are the people you need to keep around. Because if your inner child feels safe with them, that means that they make you feel safe. And that is an indicator that they are safe and that they're not going to try and take from you. Now here's what's interesting. If you don't feel safe enough, if you feel like you have to like only put a certain part of you because they can't handle it when you're happy, they can't handle it when you're silly, they can't handle it when you're upset, they can't handle it unless you are only a specific way, that usually means that they are trying to just take from you. Do you know what I mean? they're only wanting you in a certain way so they can get what they want, you need to cut those people out of your life. They are not in your A-list, period. Okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody else says, right? So that is going to be an indicator. Now, for the overall message. Overall message for the week. Did you see what just happened? Oh my god, 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 you guys. Okay, that's from Legally Blonde the musical, but oh my god! The star with the Knight of Cups on the bottom, are you kidding me right now? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, you saying this whilst my best friend is cutting me off right now. Alicia, oh my gosh. But see, here's the thing though, right? Like, okay, you know, maybe, I mean, I can't, I don't know about your situation, but it's kind of like, you know what? Like, if someone's cutting you off, then maybe you aren't the right person for them for whatever other shape, way, and form. Maybe they, I don't know, like, I will say this and then we'll get into this last part of it. But it's like, I actually have a really good girlfriend and she actually went through a similar thing where like these two low vibe toxic friends of hers who they used to be her best friends, literally cut her off in the most juvenile, like, high school way. And they're way older than high school. Like, these bitches are fucking in their late ass 20s, early 30s, and they're fucking pulling this stupid shit. Okay. And they're just mean girling her and like icing her out. And if it's that kind of situation, it's like, let them leave. Let them leave. Let them leave your life. Let them go. If they want to leave your life, good riddance, goodbye, then that means that they did not love you to begin with. Okay? Because that means that if they don't see your magic, if they don't see your worth, if they are like jealous, they will X themselves out. Because subconsciously, what tends to happen with good people even, right? And with these mean girls is they realize low key that they are actually hurting you, and them as a spiritual being, if they still have their soul left, will actually feel guilty. And if they don't know how to confront their guilt and actually take responsibility for their actions, they will remove themselves from your life because they inherently know deep down inside that they're actually hurting you. And they want to remove that because it's actually against our natural law and nature to want to like actually cause damage to somebody else, right? So I don't know your situation, but you can take that as you will, okay? So my point is this. My point is, regardless of what your situation is, the overall message for the week is you have to actually act and embody the identity of a star, of the superstar, okay? If you were an A-list celebrity, if you were the hero of your own story, if you were in your main character era, if you really were putting yourself first and making sure that you were the most important person in your life, not in someone else's life, but in your life, right? Then the people who would stay would be the right people, and the people who would leave would be the right people to leave. The job that ends up like firing you, okay, great. Then it wasn't meant to be for you. And that means that like, you know, God's rejection is God's protection. So then it's like, okay, great. There clearly has to be something better for me because I'm the star. Like, I'm the star, and I have chosen to fall head over heels in love with every single area of my life. And so if you're not bringing me these feelings of in love, of sheer magic and pure bliss, then you're not supposed to be in my life. And there's the door. Like, when you're ready to bring love and bliss and magic into my life, you can come back in. But until that time, namaste, good luck to you. I'll pray for you. That's it. Okay? Versus, and that's like star energy. And you can decide what your star energy is. You could decide to have star energy that is like in your face and you just tell people to their face. That's completely valid. Or you might be someone who's just like, I can't even be bothered by like telling them their karma. They just need to figure out their karma for themselves. And it's just like, I'm just not living that story anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only helping people who are ready to be helped. I am only lifting people up who are like on the same journey as I am, who are leveling up, who like where your stars are aligned. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? So that is really what the overall energy is. Start falling head over heels in love with every area of your life. If it doesn't make you feel in love with your life, get rid of it, delete it, donate it, or just like block them. Like it's that fucking simple. And I'm not, and like, and here's what's funny, right underneath that was the 7 of Wands. So it's like you have to protect your energy. You have to. This is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. It's the most like spiritual act you can do. It's the most sacred act that you can do, is to protect your energy. And if that means that like, you know, your best friend blocks you, oh well, then you clearly knew that they weren't your best motherfucking friend to begin with, because if they really were your best friend, they would actually tell you what upset them, and then you could actually have a choice to fix it with them or not. That's period. Right? But if they even had time to think about it for 2 whole mother effing weeks, and they still can't figure out what the F they did that was wrong, and then they're still coming at you like you're the one that did something wrong in the situation, that you did them dirty, they're clearly the villains in the situation. They're the ones that actually did do you wrong. And if they can't take responsibility, stop having them in your life. Period. Yes, period. All right, so the star energy. Star energy. All right. Now let's move on to the final part of today's live, which is pick a card for your affirmation for the week. Now, granted, these ones in particular, I had been sitting on them for a really long time, and I just feel like now is the time to like put them. So what I'm going to do, since you can't see them, all right, like what they are, I'm going to have them face down like this. Hopefully you can see all 4 cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want you, so you can't really read them, but I want you to take a moment, all right? I want you to just close your eyes wherever you're at. And then I just want you to like tune into your heart. So like, let's just take a deep breath in together. Release. And I want you to just like, let all of the noise fall away. And I want you to tune into your heart. And I want you to ask your heart and your soul, what affirmation do I need today? Or basically, what lesson am I ready to learn? What lesson am I ready to learn? What energy and do I need to embody? What lesson do I need to learn? What energy am I ready to embody? And then choose card 1, card 2, card 3, or card 4. Once that number, or whenever your soul is urging you to, then open your eyes, and if you're live, drop your card in the comments. And if you are watching the replay, then just go ahead and comment in there and then watch. Okay? So 1s, 4s, some 3s, 1s, a 2, awesome. 3, 4, okay, perfect. All right, a 1, hi Althea! 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, we got it! I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. 1, awesome. 3, awesome. Hi, Rainbow. All right, answers locked, especially if you're live. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna do this in order, okay? There is no 5. So we're going to do this in order. So if you chose card number 1, the lesson that you need to learn and the energy you need to embody is this. I am deserving of my love. I am my own beloved. So if you want to screenshot that, you can. I am deserving of my love. I am my own beloved. And here's what it says on the back. As I love myself more deeply, I become my own beloved. I understand on a cellular level that the love I seek begins with me. I cultivate a holy romance with my sacred self. From this well of self-love, beautiful things are born. So I'm going to repeat that again and just say it a little bit like more in sync together. So you're going to just repeat this to yourself as your affirmation for the week, right? As I love myself more deeply, I become my own beloved. I understand on a cellular level that the love I seek begins with me. I cultivate a holy romance with my sacred self. From this well of self-love, beautiful things are born. So if you want to screenshot that. All right. So what I'm getting for group 1, if you chose card number 1, is that this is really, I'm really feeling that you are really truly wanting real, true romantic love. You want to find your soulmate. You want to live happily ever after. And like you have kind of like lost faith that that was actually possible. And you're ready to realize that the reason why the one hasn't showed up yet was because you had forgotten how much you needed to love you, how you are the catch, you are the prize. And there has been this old tape in your head saying that you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't have this, you don't have this, you're too old, you're too past your prime, you don't have what it takes, like, etc., etc. And then it's like the only guys that you could attract or girls that you could attract were the ones that were like below your standard. And now you're like, wait a second. That's right. Like when I did love myself, I did attract people who were right for me. So it's kind of just reminding you of that lesson. It's sort of like the universe is saying that you learned this lesson before, but now you're really ready to integrate it into your life. So now you're ready to take it to the next level where you never doubt yourself or your self-worth ever again. Where you start to say, you know what, I love myself enough to walk away from this situation, or to not partake in this conversation, or to not allow myself to get belittled at work anymore, to really start treating yourself like a temple. So what you eat, what you put into it, how you, like, what you tell yourself, right? Like, it all starts coming back to when you start falling head over heels in love with you and like loving, like giving yourself permission to do hobbies that you're just really passionate about, even if like it doesn't make you money or like it's not popular, you do it. And once you do that, you start radiating love, real true love. And when you start radiating real true love, you're going to be a magnet for real true love to come into your life. Not only just as far as your romantic relationships, but like a job that you're head over heels in love with, friends that you're head over heels in love with, and that they are in head over heels in love with you. Like being able to just being invited to opportunities and events where you are in love with those experiences, right? So that's for you. So focus on that this week. If you chose card number 2, yours is, I am my own home and I say who is welcome here. Dang! Okay, I'm just going to do this because I don't want to get banned. But like, wow! Okay, so screenshot that if you want. And it says on the back, I have the ability to choose who I cultivate relationships with and who I open the doors of my heart to. I use discernment to choose people that make me feel safe. So screenshot that. Okay. I'm screenshotting all of them. They're awesome. Yay. I love this deck. Hi, Spiritual Monkey Jen. So for you who chose card number 2, this is you empowering yourself. This is you taking back your power. This is you saying, you know what? I don't need that best friend. I don't need that energy in my life. If this is my home, this is my house. So it's like, if you're going to enter my house, you're going to abide by my rules. Like when I come into your house, I'll abide by your rules. But when you come into my house, you're going to abide by my rules. And that's just the way that it goes, right? So then it's like, yeah, I'm only going to cultivate relationships with those who actually make me feel mother effing safe, period. That is my new standard moving forward. If you don't make me feel safe, I'm not going to have you in my life on that kind of level, period. End of story. That's it. And you just have to stick with that, right? That is just all you need. Sorry, I'm just trying to like make sure. That is all that you need to do, all right? It's going to be so simple for you. All you have to do is just ask yourself this one question. Does this job, person, situation make me feel safe? If it does not make you feel safe, don't do it. Period. Make it super simple for you. Okay, that's your strategy for the week. If it doesn't make you feel safe, don't do it. All right? Easy. All right. Yes, Soila. Exactly. Chills. Yes. Okay. So let's go. Now, for those of you who chose card number 3, yours is, okay, this is for card number 3. So it is, I choose to love myself in all the places where they once rejected me. So screenshot that if you want. All right. And it says, I see the places within myself that are tender, hurting, and needing love. And I kiss each one gently. I rock each wound of rejection, embrace myself, and say, it's okay now, my love. You are loved. That almost makes me get like teary-eyed. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it again for those of you who chose it. Chose card number 3. I see the places within myself that are tender, hurting, and needing love, and I kiss each one gently. I rock each wound of rejection, embrace myself, and say, it's okay now, my love. You are loved. So screenshot that if you want. I feel that so hard. Oh, yeah. So what I'm hearing with this is that if you chose card number 3, you are really ready to heal these wounds of rejection. And just because someone rejected you, it doesn't mean that you weren't worthy or deserving. Remember, God's rejection is sometimes God's protection. Maybe you got rejected from that friendship because inevitably they weren't really your friend to begin with. Maybe you got rejected as in you missed your flight because I don't know, maybe it was because you were supposed to be on that flight on that emergency seat in the window next to the emergency door that flew the fuck off, and you would have been sucked out of the plane, and that's why you missed your flight, right? Like sometimes the rejection is like real to really prevent you from like dying, like on a real level. Yeah, that really happened. Go Google it. Not to me, but to someone else. You know? Maybe you didn't get that brand deal or that job offer because if you had gotten it, like it would have been a toxic environment or something would have hurt you even more. If someone told you, oh, you're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too whatever, that's why I don't even want to date you. Like, ew, you're gross. Like you can be like, wow, thank you. Because why would you ever want somebody in your life, like even on an especially on an intimate level, who would tell you that stuff to your face? That doesn't sound like real love to me. So now we get to love ourselves. We get to remind ourselves, like all the parts of us that felt rejected for being not skinny enough, not airbrushed in real life enough, not, energetic enough, or being too energetic. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't please everybody. So please yourself. All right. So that's card number 3. And then finally, for those of you who chose card number 4, yours is, I am loved, I am worthy, I am diosa. So this particular creator is Latin American. And so diosa is the feminine word for goddess. But of course, if you're a guy, say God, you know what I mean? Whatever. But anyway, dios, dios, diosa, whatever. But you get the point. So screenshot that if you want. And then on the back it says, I whisper love notes to myself. I speak affirmations over myself. I look at myself in the mirror and say, I am loved, I am worthy, I am diosa. Or I am a goddess, or I am a god, right? I am loved, I am worthy, I am God. I am loved, I am worthy, I am a goddess. I am loved, I am worthy, I am a VIP, royalty, like, I don't know, insert your thing. But this is really about, for you who chose card 4, you're ready to step into the identity of your best and highest self. That's really what I'm hearing and what I'm getting. I'm hearing that you just need to affirm it and just be like, yeah, I don't settle for less than what I deserve anymore. Like, I have otherworldly powers from, like, I have superpowers from otherworldly realms. Like, I can make magic happen. Like, I am the luckiest girl on this planet. Like, whatever your identity is, like, things just always flow into my lap. Like, I don't have to worry anymore because I'm a god. I am the goddess. So what I say goes. So when I say I manifest instantly, I manifest instantly. I don't need to keep repeating this shit to myself because I know that once I want something, it always flows into my life, period. And I'm very generous with what I have. So it's not like I'm doing this from a greedy place. The more resources that I have, the more that I can help other people. The people who don't like me are the people that are not for me, and that's fine because I have all of these people who are for me. People love my energy. People pay to be in my energy. I get paid to exist. Like, when you have a thought like that, an affirmation of like that, what does that really look like to you? Like, being paid to exist. What does that mean? You show up every day, you just talk about your life and you get paid? If that's really what you want to have happen, right, then you would be starting your own YouTube vlog, a day in a life. And you wouldn't just be showing, oh, it's about me, 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 me. Maybe it's about like, hey, I'm on this journey on like creating my own goddess home. So come on me on the journey. In 100 days, I want to like transform my house. And then so every day you are giving them a tip while showing them inside your life during the blog, right? Because we're over the people who are just talking about me, 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 me. We do want to still get some value, but we want to know who you are. So it's like, okay, well, why did you choose this color palette? Or what made, like, you know, when you go to your Pinterest board, you're like, okay, I'm scrolling through Pinterest. I want to kind of find like a vibe. Let's find a vibe together. And then you start like doing the thing, like, or whatever, right? And it's like, okay, this is what is speaking to me because this is where it's coming from. What do you think? Are you on that train? Comment below, right? You engage them, you give them something. So you're talking to someone like they're your best friend versus just like, oh, like, you want to be like me, right? Like that kind of attitude is out now. That's why like like a lot of the big influencers are like their actual views are tanking because they're like flaunting so much and they're so out of touch with reality, and they forgot what it was like when they were struggling, that they're like, it's being so hard with all these PR packages. And it's like, that's not, you're losing your audience now, right? Like, and this is kind of what you want to think about as you're stepping into your goddess era, right? If you want, like, I'm in my goddess era. So it's, what do you want to be the goddess of? Choose that and then repeat that to yourself. I am the goddess of blah. I sprinkle blah wherever I go. I am the goddess of beauty. I beautify things wherever I go. Drop the comments if that's your thing. All right. So let me know if you're live, which one resonated the most with you. Did you like that? And then I will say this. I'm going to put the replay of this onto my YouTube right after I log off. Just so that you can go back and rewatch this throughout the week and be like, what did she say about the week and blah, 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 and just still keep everything on lock. Number 2 and 3. Good. Love and laughter all day. Yes. So, you know, I want you to know I'm going to try and start doing these every single week, like on Sunday, just so that you can really be in the know and prepare yourself. If you want anything else as far as assistance to really help you stay in the vibe and not go back down to the level and learn how to maintain the energy, then go sign up for my Law of Delulu course. It's at the top of my page, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description. And basically, I'm going to be holding the first round of this course live. I think I'm probably actually going to postpone the start date until February 10th. I was going to make it February 2nd, but I think I might make it February 10th so that we can really start this new lunar year off with setting our intentions, with really being like, okay, what is this new state of Delulu that we need to be in? What kind of dream, goal, era, identity, life do you want to step into? And then every single week, you're going to have like the modules taking you through step by step of the law of Delulu equation, because there's an actual equation for it. It's not just repeating affirmations to yourself. And then you'll have a live Q&A with me once a week. So you can ask all the questions. I'll be there to, obviously answer them and give you the support that you need so that you can really apply this to your life and get everything that you want in 2024. Okay. So just go ahead and look at that. It's at the top of my page. I think I am going to start it on February 10th. And if you are really wanting to get it right now and to secure your spot, I have a special discount code, but I forgot what it was. So let me look it up super fast. I love how I was like, oh, and there's like a discount code, but I forgot what it was. Let me go look at it real quick. Because I love you. And I don't ever, like, especially if you're one of my VIPs, like, I never like you to pay full price. So, oh yeah. So if you want 15% off, 15% off, all you have to do is type in the code DELULU15 and you can get 15% off of the price. Okay. And there's also a payment plan so that it's affordable. All right. So that is that. I love you to the moon and back. Let me know in the comments if this helps or if you want me to continue to do these weekly forecast videos. And always remember that you are worthy and deserving of receiving it all. And all you really truly need in order to get there is the right strategy for you and your journey. I love you to the moon and back, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.